In today's world, tech is one of the big things. And if you want to break into the tech world, but you don't have a degree, the good news is that your future doesn't depend on a university degree. In today's world, skills and creativity are more than diplomas. And in this video, I'll walk you through how to land a real job in the real tech world in this year 2025 with zero university experience. So yesterday I made a video on artificial intelligence and how you can use that as an augmentation for your essays while writing to these schools, especially the schools in Brazil and also other scholarship university that look forward to accepting international students. This video I have put it in different section. In the first section, I'll be talking about the path, the traditional path to land tech jobs. And of course, people always think that you actually need a university degree to land a tech job, but for what I've seen lately, you do not really need that because there are some courses that you can take that can land you your dream job without actually going to university to study that. Now, there's a myth surrounding this traditional pathway is that you need a CS, especially what they call the computer science degree, right, to get into tech. You don't. Companies like Google, Apple, and even IBM no longer require you to have degrees for these many roles because tech is all about solving problems, and you can prove that without a classroom. Fun fact is that some top engineers and product designers and even developers are oftentimes self-taught, and even they have boot camps graduates and also those that are into the Excel, advanced Excel, and so on and so forth. Now, I wanted to compare this. Let's look at a 4-year degree program that's going to land you a $40,000 yearly income. And also, side by side, a 6 to 12 month laser focusing learning with less debt. I think many people would go for the 6 to 12 month laser learning. The second thing I want to talk about very importantly is that you need to build your skill. Building your skill is like building your arsenal. And there are many sites and websites and portals out there that you can use to your own benefit. The first one I want to talk about is Coursera. Coursera, Udemy, and EDX. These are websites that are offering free tutorial, free structured courses to help you have an advanced knowledge in this area. If you just meet me for the first time, my name is Nicholas Salako, and on this channel, I talk about migration. I talk about international studies, especially with countries that are welcoming to international talent like you and I. And I know many people who have been talking about tech and how to navigate and also put in their skills to gain what they want for themselves. Now, let's talk about the free code camp. The free code camp is always available on YouTube. YouTube is like a whole world on its own, and on YouTube you can see tutorials. Even on Khan Academy, you can see tutorials on how to develop your capacity in different dynamics in the tech world. Now, the things that you have to look out for are the old skills for this year. We have Python, we have JavaScript, we have AL, we have ML, we have cloud engineering, we have AWS, GCP, and also cybersecurity. Of course, there are so many security concerns in the world today, and cybersecurity is one of those ways that you can also launch into your own talent. Certifications is all that matter. AWS Certified Solution Architect. You can go into this. You can go into Google Cloud Associate. Many people do Google Cloud engineering. Some do the CompTIA security. That has to do with cyber security and also malware malfunctioning, right? You can also go into the Meta front end or back end developer. Though many people have argued that in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, artificial intelligence will take over the job of the back-end developers, and I think that is not true because at the end of all these events are still human beings directing this motor. So that is to say that there might be limited opening for back-end developers, but of course there are still openings for JavaScript, for AWS, and of course for Google Cloud Engineering, especially if you're looking to be an associate with Google Cloud. The next thing I want to talk about is the projects and the portfolios and practical experiences. Now, this is where your portfolios matter. You need to have a digital resume. The world has gone beyond just having an actual resume or a long listed CV, right? You have to create a GitHub profile. If you don't know what a GitHub profile is, I'll drop the link in my description box. Please go there to check it. You have to build a real project. Now you have to build a personal website, a data dashboard, and also automation tools. You have to contribute to the open source, and these are just one of many that you can do to also put yourself on a larger scale in this realm. You have to do internship. You have to do freelancing. Freelance, of course, on Upwork or Fiverr. These are also ways that you can help yourself in this category, because there are so many people out there that have what you have, but you also want to stand out and be peculiar in this realm. Now, I talk about internship because this also help you to have kind of add some vitality to your resume. You don't just want to go with a blank resume and just have what everyone has. You want to stand out in your resume. I often like to talk about volunteering for NGOs. This is very important. You want to volunteer for NGOs in exchange for practical exposure. NGOs are very link oriented. They have many resources, they have many connections to companies, and also people that can help you to navigate and develop your career, right? So you want to work with these NGOs, whether it's paid or unpaid. You want to work with them, garner the experiences, get the connection, and also develop your own career, right? You have to show your problem solving skills. You don't have to be perfect, but have some capacity for problem solving, because technology these days is about problem solving, right? There's a problem and they want you to solve the problem. It could be in security, it could be in cloud engineering. These are the things that you want to look into. The fourth section I want to talk about is the job search. Now, many people have this resources, right? They have all this acumen, but they do not really know how to look for jobs and how to get these opportunities, because I can tell you that more than 5,000 jobs are open every hour on this basis, right? You want to know how to search for jobs, how to directly channel your resume, how to put in for your interviews, and then how to negotiate for your salaries, right? You need to build your resume. The first thing you need to do, that I always advise people to do, is that your resume should focus on your skills. That's the first thing. And then the tools will come after, and then the project, not your education. Now, I'm not saying education is not important. It's germane to have education, but at the same time, your skill in problem solving, your skill in time management, your skill in teamwork is what is needed at this point. In your resume still, you have to list the tools. You have to react to the Figmas and the Python and the SQLs. You have to show in resume that you have your GitHub link. You have to talk about the live demos. You have to talk about the portfolio's website. Now, after you've done all these things and you've been able to capture all these dynamics in your resume, you have to go to the interview prep. People need to pay attention to the interviews, because from the interviews you would know whether you have a slot or not. Let me give you a quick example. When I was planning to have my own interview for my graduate program, I prepared adequately, of course, but it was during the interview that I got to know that I've been selected for the program. Oftentimes, the way your interviewer continues the conversation with you will give you a clue whether you've been accepted or not. Now, this doesn't just come a la carte. You have to prepare for your interview. Practice on platforms like LeetCode, Prompt, and Interviewing.io. These are AI automated platforms that help you to prepare, that helps you to prep for your interview. The interviews are very important because these people have no idea who you are. The first time any of them will be meeting you will be on that platform. Maybe it's on Zoom or Google Meet or whatever it is. Make sure you prepare for your interview. Practice, practice, practice. Number two is that you have to learn how to explain your thinking. Now, for many of us, English language is not our first language. We have our own native dialect that we speak, but we have to come to learn English and how to use the structures and lexis in school, right? You want to learn how to explain what you think, because oftentimes you don't have to communicate the way you think because it can create ambiguity, right? You have to communicate properly and don't just speak in codes, because that will not help you. Now, you also have to think about the behavioral questions. You have to use the STAR method: the situation, task, and action results. That's my own code for interviews. I call it the STAR method. S for situation, T for task, A for action, R for result. Now, oftentimes, after these all dynamics have been settled, right, companies will ask you, so what is your salary negotiation like? Hey, you have to know your worth. If you've put in the work, you've garnered all these experiences, you've added all this talent into your reservoir, you have to know your worth. You have to talk about the salary that actually is worth the work that you've put into yourself. If you are very particular about how you can talk about this, I'll give you a link. Go to glassdoor.com, levis.fyi. These people have been able to create a channel that will help you to navigate and understand how to talk about your salaries. Number two is that you have to be confident. Even without a degree, your work should prove your value. I think this section 4 is very important to help you understand that your resume, your interview, all these things put together, after being done well, should culminate to the salary that's going to come afterwards. Now, this is not just about salary. This is about actually you adding value to your space of work and your space of work adding value to you. So it's a give and take transaction, right? The next thing I want to talk about is the networking and community, and that is where people fail most times. Now, the tech meetups, the hackathons, the events that happen in your city or online are very important for you to meet people. You need to create a LinkedIn profile. You need to create a profile on tech meetups. You need to create a profile on hackathon. These are portals that's going to help you to navigate your path, because it's entirely useless for you to have these all degrees, these all certifications without knowing or having people at the right places to speak for you. Okay, so oftentimes it's less of what you have but more of who you know in these cases. So you want to have a community of people that know you, that you're capable of handling some situations and of solving problems. LinkedIn has been around for a long time. Go to LinkedIn, build a strong profile, message people that are hiring, message employers, and connect with the professionals in the industry. Thousands of messages have been posted on LinkedIn on daily basis. Be there and be active. Again, you want to talk about mentorship. Ask for informational interviews. People have gone through this before. Fun fact, there's nothing you're going through today that people haven't gone through before. It's nothing new to you. People have done it before. So try to look for your mentors. Ask for information. Information is power, and information is key. Find mentors through platforms like ADP List or Twitter. Twitter is Twitter, now X, right? It's one and an amazing platform that you can get to meet people and know people through. Join Discord, join Slack groups, and develop community, what they call the web communities or the dev communities. Join that, because relationships can open door for you, and they can also go as far as opening door for you that your resume can never do. Okay, the final part I always like to talk about these things is that these are the final roadmap for success. And here is what your roadmap could look like. Now, choose a field of study. Let's say, for example, you're doing a web development or cybersecurity or data sciences. You have to commit to it at least 3 to 6 months of learning. You have to build projects and get certification. You have to build a network. You have to apply. You have to iterate, right? You have to put in the work. You have to get internship. You have to have contracts. You have to grow your portfolios. These are the work that you put into it within these 6 to 12 months. Again, you have to have a break in full time with confidence. Now, I'm not saying all this to say that this pathway is easy. No, it's not easy, but it is faster, it is linear, and it's only powerful if you follow it through. Now, having said all this, I think it's very important for me to say that you do not need a degree to prove your potential in today's world. All you need is a skill. You need a proof of your ability. You need to hustle your way by creating a community and most especially connecting with a community. You also have to understand that the creator, I'm here to walk you through this journey. And if you found this video helpful, please drop a like on this channel, like, share, and subscribe to this channel, and also share your story below in case someone might be there to learn from you. So thank you for staying with me all through this video. I hope this helped you, and I hope that we'll see ourselves on my next release. Stay blessed and shalom.